Hey, Steve Zook, welcome back to Poke Suit Channel and the Guitar Leather System. Hey, this is really a very, very interesting guitar. This is the LH 280 by the Music Link, the same company that makes the Loar arch tops, and these are really, really well made guitars. I've taken a pickup out before and looked at the laminate wood. It's got much thicker layers of laminate than usually you see like on a 175 style guitar, and I really do feel that adds to the really resonant tone, and it has a bit of a kind of a solid L5 sound to the sound, kind of a combo of an L5 and a 175. This is a new guitar. You know, I see a little bit of light scratches on the finish. I think that's just from like when you dust it off, you know. You see that on any guitar, even a guitar sitting at a shop, you know. You can't even see it unless you get the guitar at the right angle. But it is a new guitar. Sometimes I live down by the beach. You know, the chrome gets a little might need a little bit of a cleaning, but this really is a great sounding guitar. I can sell these for $4.99, and I'm using a solid state amp, by the way. That's really some tone. 13 flat 9. By the way, I've done this lick before. I call this kind of a Joe Pass style lick. You've probably seen me do it before. You come up like this, pull down, augment to a 7 sharp 9. That's one of the most I actually studied with Joe Pass for a while. He didn't show me this lick. I just kind of ran it on my own. But it has that kind of Joe Pass feel. Now, if you just do it kind of slow, it doesn't have the same pizzazz, you know, or magic. So you have to kind of do it like that, and it goes really nice with the 7 sharp 5 sharp 9 or 7 sharp 5. But I'll tell you, I'm 65. I've been buying and selling guitars over 30 years. I really know what I'm doing, folks. This guitar is way beyond anything else out there, like an Epiphone Joe Pass, and some of those are pretty cool, but they're weak in the mids and the mid bass. This is much stronger. The magic for an arch top is really in the mids and the mid bass, and this really you know, is a much more musical sounding guitar than like an Epiphone Broadway or Epiphone Joe Pass, or even a lot of the Eastman stuff, which is way too expensive in my opinion, and it's okay, but this guitar has a lot more tone than anything out there, that's even for more money, and part of the reason is they're really nice, like I said, thicker layers of laminate maple with sandwiched mahogany in between. That's a key, because if you read the Gibson 175 book, they talk about that in 89, 90, 91. Some of the Gibson 175s had a mahogany back. Mahogany really is very strong in creating the mid bass and the mids, and of course those guitars with the back of the guitar was mahogany. Here they took it a step further and made the actual laminate thicker, much thicker layers of maple with some little bit thinner layers of mahogany, and I'll tell you, man, it really this is a hell of a lot of guitar for $4.99. List is more. I've got a cut on my finger right now, so I'm kind of playing kind of easy, and I can't do a real long demo here, but I wanted to show that lick again. I know I'm probably tuned a little bit low, but you know, jazz guitars really sound good tuned a little low. But anyway, yeah, if you could use a great jazz guitar, you're going to get a lot more tone out of this. I've actually sold the LH 280, like this model here, to people that had a ton of guitars that said, Steve, I just want a great jazz box that also has some versatility, and this is probably a little dusty, and they bought one of these from me, and it actually turned out to be their favorite guitar. I'm not making that up. Even the people in their band said, wow, what a sound, you know. And you can hear it, you know, the back pickup has a different... But man, and the back pickup sounds great, right? But man, this has got has like an L5 sound, like a combination of an L5 and a 175. And my God, 175s are so expensive nowadays, you know, 2, 3, 4 grand and up, you know. So if you could use a great guitar and you don't want to spend a lot of money, this one's a sleeper, man. I don't, like I said, I even mentioned to the sales manager for the Music Link, who's a friend of mine. I was buying from him for 10 years. He used to be my rep. Then he got promoted to sales manager, Brian Jones, and I mentioned to him about the thicker layers of laminate on this guitar, and he was like, well, that's interesting. He wasn't completely aware of it. He's juggling a lot of stuff. He's a great guy. He really knows what he's doing. But you know, whoever was behind the product design really made a good call when they decided to go with thicker layers of maple, because this guitar just has a resonance. I remember once I jammed with my daughter, and boy, when you just get just a little bit of volume going, you really hear the wood. I haven't tuned this up for a while, so it's probably stretching out a little bit because I haven't played it for months. But yeah, if you want a guitar that has real, and I'm just using a little I'm using a PV 212 stereo chorus, which is solid state, and it sounds this good. Here's that lick again. Here's my A if you want to try to match up with that lick. So I'm just starting on the 7th fret, coming up all 4, pulling back, and then the 2 here on the 8th, and then here on the 9th, 7th, 8th on the A string, 9th on the low, and come down. So that gives you an augment, kind of a chromatic to an augment. And that goes really nice with the 7 sharp 5 sharp 9. So, but yeah, this is a great guitar. Here's cycle 1 in the guitar ladder system. I gotta be careful because I don't want to open up my cut on this particular finger right here. But yeah, if you'd like to have, that's really the problem, folks. I really know my arch tops. I've been doing this for a long time, and the experience of buying and selling a ton of arch tops has really given me an education. But it's the mids and the mid bass where most arch tops are weak. Most arch tops are weak in the mid and the mid bass. So this is a much better guitar than all that other stuff out there in a similar price range, or even more. So like, and I've owned some cool little Epiphone Joe Passes, and they sounded pretty good, but they sound kind of pale compared to this. You don't get that woody resonance. You don't get that kind of acoustic woodiness that comes through even you know, with the pickups. These are 4 chords, by the way, chords with perfect fourths. There's that lick. You can pick it. You could do dotted 8s, like Martino kind of does. You can come down that 7 sharp 9 with the whole step, half step diminished. That's a dominant 9, 11, then you add the 13 bichord. That was something that Ted Green was real into, was doing a chord like this. And then you get the 11, and then get the 13 on the side of your finger like that. It's a beautiful voicing. It's got a root, flat 7, 9, 11, 13. That's, you go to the bichord. Here's both pickups. Here's the back. So man, this is that's one hell of a jazz sound right there. If you want to try cycle 1 in the guitar ladder system, send me an email, stevezook7@yahoo.com. That's stevezook, the number 7, not spelled out, at yahoo.com. I'll send you I was kind of going through it kind of lightly because I don't want to open up a cut on my finger. But it's got some nice major 7th to diminish things, and the bass kind of goes up chromatically and stuff. But Guitar Ladder Systems, 240 studies, chart and video for each. I don't send it all at once, but it will teach you the 10 different systems of improvisation without a bunch of theory and note reading, and it's really will plant seeds in your subconscious mind that really grow. One more time on this kind of Joe Passy lick. It's kind of hard to do for me slow, really. It goes so nice, and of course the diminish scale goes really nice with the 7 sharp, 5 sharp, 9. You can do a sequence. You can do the diminished arpeggio to an augmented splash. Okay, I'm going to stop right there so I don't open up my cut again. But yeah, if you could, I've got 2 of these. I love these so much. I like to always have 2 around. Everybody who's bought one's been really, really happy with the sound. And yeah, it's a beautiful guitar. I don't know what else to say. So if you could use a great guitar and you don't want to drop $1,500, or I've even had people come over and take lessons from me who've spent $1,500 on a guitar. It just didn't sound that good, you know. I try not to bum them out, but you know, the little things make a big difference on guitar instruction, and the fact that they use thicker layers of maple on this guitar and also sandwiched it with some mahogany in between. Here's unplugged. You can even hear that reverb. But yeah, this guitar, I mean, it does. It has some L5. Really a beautiful musical sound. And it's got a full range. It's got a full bandwidth of tone, too. Very balanced. Like I said, some of the acoustic quality comes through. It's a hell of a guitar. I wish I could have bought a guitar like this for $4.99 when I was learning when I was young. It's a really great guitar. This is the Loar LH 280. You can call me 714-548-0385 or text or email stevezook7, not 7 spelled out, just stevezook7 at yahoo.com. The Loar LH 280, these sound incredible. I usually take the 12s off and put 11s. I think I put 11s on this one. This one's got some kind of cool little bird's eyes in the back too. I'm not sure if you can see that. But yeah, these guitars sound unbelievable. They really have a lot of tone, and I really love them. And you know, like I said, most guitars are just very weak in the mid and the mid bass. So keep that in mind. All right. Feel free to hit me up if you have any questions or you want to talk about it, or you have any questions on the Guitar Ladder system. Take care.